Taylor Swift has just dropped Life of a Showgirl, and in aid of her lyrics basically being storytelling, we're gonna go through and rate every single one of her albums and what they would get if they're a GCSE English language exam, and also little top tricks and hacks you can actually use in your own creative writing that she uses. Now, don't come at me if I rate an album low. Any Swifties, don't come for me in the comments. So let's start at the beginning. Her debut album, 2006, it's just like your first piece of creative writing. Raw, to the point, full of emotion. The voice is simple, sentences are short, imagery is really clear, and from an examiner's point of view, she has a very clear tone of voice, although she doesn't really go very deep with it. Songs like Tim McGraw or Teardrops on My Guitar show her emotion, but they don't really give much of an explanation. So that would score slightly lower because it's like saying, I was sad, without giving the proper reason behind why you were sad, instead of giving the bigger reason why and the explanation as to why you felt like that. So I'd give the debut a grade 5. I mean, it was good, it was basic, it gave me very year 10 vibes. It was a good start, but not much depth. But also, like, bear in mind, she was 16 when she did this, so we gotta be a little bit more fair. Okay, Fearless. This is where examiners would say that Taylor is using a controlling metaphor. So a metaphor is saying something is something else. And basically she just picks kind of one frame and she sticks to it throughout the whole album. And think of a frame, it's just like she puts a filter on everything she writes. And on Fearless, her filter is fairy tale. She's got princesses, crowns, balconies. On songs like Love Story, she threads in this motif constantly. Now, motif is just a recurring symbol or theme, and we see that recurring fairy tale imagery throughout the entirety of the song. And that consistency is what makes the song so memorable and keeps the writing really tight. So in your GCSE creative writing, you want to think about picking one filter or one theme that you can repeat throughout, i.e. having this motif, this recurring symbol or theme. Let's say it's football, video games, a storm, whatever it is, then you continually drop in that theme or drop in that filter throughout your whole piece. It makes it way more powerful, way more examiner friendly. So the fact that she had a motif in the album, I'm gonna give it a grade 7. A solid, Taylor gets a grade 7 for that. Speak Now is all about voice. Taylor Swift literally wrote every single song in this album, and you can feel it. It feels like she's kind of sending these personal whispers directly into your ear. We get insight into her inner mind, her inner thoughts. Examiners would call this like a dramatic monologue, where she's directly talking to the audience, like she's directly talking to us in her songs and making us feel like we're in the room with her, we're her best friend, we know everything. If you listen to Dear John or Last Kiss, not only will you hear what she's saying, but you'll also hear what she's not saying. And this is absolute gold in creative writing. Thinking about showing, not telling. So instead of saying, I was nervous, that is telling, like saying I am nervous, you would show it instead. Thinking about, I folded the note, I unfolded it again, I crumpled it. You're showing it in the actions of the person. And that is what Taylor does really well. She does something called like subtext. It's kind of like reading between the lines. She doesn't explicitly say everything. She's not saying, I was really sad, I really missed him. We've got to kind of read between the lines of what she's really feeling. And we want to do that in our characters in creative writing. We don't want to be literally telling the examiner. We want to be showing it in our characters' emotions, thoughts, feelings, and actions. For that reason, I think she does that pretty well. We're going to give it a grade 7. I reckon a grade 7's fair. Red. Okay, Red welcomed Taylor Swift's entry into her pop girl era, and Red is really an imagery masterclass. So even on the title track, examiners would actually notice that this would be an extended metaphor, also known as a conceit. So a metaphor is when you just say something is something else, but an extended metaphor is when you do it throughout the whole piece. So she doesn't just say love is passionate, she says it's red. So every time she says red, we have that link with passion, intensity, and she does this throughout. She doesn't say heartbreak is painful, she says it's blue. So again, she's using these color imageries to really indicate her emotions, thoughts, and feelings. She's not telling, she's showing again. And then she keeps stretching it and stretching it. And that is actually a trick you can directly steal for your creative writing. Don't just name the emotion, wrap it in colors, textures, senses to really emphasize the emotion. Again, showing, not telling, but through colors and different sensory imagery. So in the exam, instead of saying, I was sad, you could write, the sadness was heavy gray, the color of wet pavements after the rain. So the idea of like this heavy gray color imagery really helps pick out thoughts and feelings. So because that's actually directly out of Taylor's playbook, I'm stealing stuff to put my creative writing. I've got to give it a bit higher, right? We've gone grade 5, grade 7, grade 7. I think we'll give it a grade 8. Not quite a grade 9. I reckon a grade 8 is fair. It lays imagery with structure. It doesn't feel lazy. She's thought this through when she's gone into her pop girl era. Now, 1989. Now this is full of rhythm and refrain. Refrain is kind of when she's repeating these same ideas. And a refrain is that like every song has a hook that it will repeat, continue throughout the song. So choruses repeat that word or patterns or the kind of sounds that she did before. Examiners would actually call this like structural cohesion. So structure is like how she's actually structuring it out with like the sentences, the paragraph lengths, and that they're used for a particular effect. So she's really using repetition to create emphasis. So songs like Blank Space or Style shows how you can use like a singular phrase and anchor it throughout the whole piece and kind of use that as your basis and build the rest of the piece around it. So in GCSE Creative Writing, we could see that with things like a rule of 3. So a rule of 3 is like 3 words or adjectives or phrases that really sets the mood, and you're gonna repeat it at the beginning and the end. And that's kind of your anchor point. But sometimes, if I'm gonna be critical about the album, 1989 sometimes focuses so much on repetition, it loses some of its lyrical depth. So, being the harsh person I am, I'm not gonna give it a grade 9. It's almost nearly a grade 9. If there wasn't as much repetition, maybe more use of imagery in it, it could be a grade 9. So it's a very high grade 8, maybe like a grade 8A. Alas, the Macbeth of the Taylor Swift albums. So Reputation's the album is all about persona. It's all about her. We've got dark, ambitious, and paranoid. She builds a character and then writes the whole album from that character's perspective. Examiners would call it she uses like a semantic field. Now, a semantic field is a group of words that link to an overall topic. So she used like words and imageries that all kind of belong to this other world, and she used it throughout the entirety of her album. She used like snakes, crowns, revenge, darkness. They all kind of had this semantic field of paranoia. Like if I was gonna group all these words together, they kind of link to paranoia and really sets the theme and the tone of the album. And you feel that kind of menace in every single track. So if you want to do the same in your creative writing, you want to choose a character and then load a group of words that really link to that character and link to their emotions, thoughts, and feelings. So say for example, your character is a thief, we'd be thinking about shadows, whispers, smoke, silence. And this is all to make the atmosphere quite like tense and secretive. So if I'm rating the album, what am I gonna give it? I'd say Reputation is not our last, but it's our first grade 9. Taylor, you've done it. Aaliyah, Light Up Tutor gives you a grade 9. I'm sure you really care. But I want you guys to watch out for part 2 where I'm actually gonna analyze and break down the album. If you guys like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Comment if you want me to do this for any other musicians or any other texts. Just something fun that we can kind of take what they're doing and use it for our own. And I'm also gonna link a video here that's gonna help you with your GCSE English revision.